Beginning in 1910, members of the Prairie Brotherhood brought the gospel to settlers in and around Assinobia. Reverend Brown in particular was assigned to look after and organise the growing number of Anglicans. Services were initially held in homes, but a dedicated place of worship featured in the plans of the settlers. In 1913, the mission of Assinobia was established. On 18th of October 1914, a crypt was roofed and dedicated to St. Boniface, but difficulties in raising money during wartime prevented the building from being completed until after the war. In spite of 3 lean crop years, the congregation wished to push ahead with the completion of the church. Dedicated to St. Boniface and St. Lawrence in October 1919, the end result consisted of a 40-foot by 24-foot nave with a spacious apse at the east end and a tower at the west end, outflanked by vestries on the north and south sides. Unlike his predecessors, Qu'Appelle used his Ford Lizette motorcar to great effect in making the rounds of his extensive parish. He estimated that he travelled 600 to 800 miles a month over the summer. During the post-war years, 2 services were held at Assinobia on Sunday, as well as 1 service at 12 Mile School, 19 miles to the southwest, and at Limerick, 14 miles to the west of the town. During the summer of 1920, Qu'Appelle took charge of the Assinobia No. 1 mission van to minister in the newly settled South Country, which formed part of the mission of Assinobia and extended to the United States boundary. Accompanied by St. Chad's theological student, Frank Musson, the 2 men covered 6,215 miles of territory. During the early 1930s, an ecumenical experiment took place at Assinobia. To cut expenditures and to ensure continued ministry, Anglicans and Presbyterians decided to worship together in the local Presbyterian church, with the Church of England priests ministering to both congregations. A service of Holy Communion morning prayer was held in the morning and a Presbyterian service in the evening. This short-term arrangement was found to be unsatisfactory for both parties. In September 1951, the Brotherhood of St. Francis took over this mission work under the direct control of the bishop. The Brotherhood established its base at Assinobia. Living together under a simple rule of life, 2 clergy and 2 laity ministered to congregations scattered over a wide area. In 1960, the church building at Assinobia was moved onto a new and larger foundation, and extensive renovations were undertaken inside. In 1961, a parish council was established. The church and congregation at Assinobia became more active, with the expansion of the work of the Women's Auxiliary, the choir, and ministry within the community and farther afield. With the departure of the Reverend Boys in 1990, the parish of Assinobia indicated that it could no longer support the services of a resident priest. Clergy of the Moose Jaw Deanery brought the Eucharist once a month on Sundays to the Assinobia congregation. Reverend Don Phillips also trained a local ministry team. Team members were assigned specific responsibilities such as Christian education, visitation, and public worship, with occasional visits from a priest. Like other local ministry teams, concerns over time have been expressed about the shrinkage of the leadership group, the inability to engage others in ministry, and the difficulty in recruiting an ordained priest to bring the sacrament. Since 2015, a renewed effort to provide the Assinobia congregation with sacraments and pastoral care more frequently has been undertaken by clergy of St. Aidan Moose Jaw. This initiative has met with considerable success, and recently there has been a desire to share services with the Evangelical Lutheran Church and Canada Church in town.